Hello guys, let's make another session on installing SQL Server 2012. So I have already downloaded my SQL Server 2012 version and I have the binaries. You can get it in three ways. If you are working in any enterprise organization, you can download it from any portal. You have the binaries or you have the CD. So once you get that, this is the folder you will be getting. So if I open it, what are the things I get here? From this you can understand that I will click on the setup exe, which will start the installation process. But before installing, let me give you some prerequisites which are required when installing SQL Server. To install SQL Server, the prerequisite you require is that you require the latest version of .NET framework, you require the Windows installer, and you require the PowerShell upgraded version. Most of the cases, if you're connected to the internet when you are starting to install it, if those are not available in your machine, that will it will directly install from the net. Also, in this site you can see in this page you can see a folder Redist. This contains the folder which are the prerequisite. Here you can see I already have the .NET framework and the Visual Studio and other things. Okay, so let's start with the installation. Okay, this is the first page that it will open after you click on the setup.exe. So here in the left hand side you can see there are a few tabs. I just bring it in the middle. So you can go and check what are the things here on clicking on the link. Here in the first tab, as the name suggests, is planning, so you are aware of the hardware and the software requirement that you want to install. If you have already as instance and you have to want to upgrade from 2008 or 2005, you can run the install upgrade, but here I will go with the installation step. Okay, before I start the installation step, let me also check on the maintenance tab once. Here the edition upgrade tool, repair tool. If you are installing on the cluster, SQL Server Setup is a cluster aware software. So what it does, if you are installing it into a cluster, Windows cluster, the setup will understand that you are installing in the Windows cluster, and you can do it two way to that. You can add a node to a cluster, that I will go on the installation part. Here you can see SQL Server on a failover cluster, or add a node to the cluster. You can do any of these. Okay. And here are the other things. Okay, so I'll go back to the installation and start with the new SQL Server standalone installation and add features to an existing installation. I'll just pause a bit. Okay guys, so I was pausing that video because it's taking some time. I don't want to wait unnecessary times. So here the first installation thing is that it will run a check and see that if all the rules for the installation are supported. If I show details, you can see what are the things. You have the admin privilege, computer restarted properly, you have the .NET 2.3 and 2.5 edition, wow 64 platform, and all these things. You can see on clicking it also, it will give these whole details. Okay, now clicking OK. The next window you will find it is that if there is any SQL Server updates required online, you can just keep it and click on next. So it scans for the product and will if anything is required, it will download it and do for the installation. So again, I will pause it once the progress happens, because it will take some time. Back again, guys. So this is the third window, that setup support files. You can see in the left hand side all these tabs are already there. So I'll just put next. Here it asks for that if you are planning to do a full new installation of the new instance, you can check it. If you have already instance available and you want to do any upgrade or add any features to our existing instance, you can do it. So here I choose this one, perform a new install. I accept the license. Again, here is another important window. So there are three ways to install it. SQL Server feature installation, that will install the default standard features. You can install it with the SharePoint pivot, also with default features. So I'll go with the first one, features installation, that will install database engine, analysis service, reporting service, integration and other service. Now in this window you can check which are the things you want to install. So just select all, will select all the things, but here, because it's I want to show you, and these are the products that's already installed, the setup already understand this. This is a share path. Here you cannot modify the share path, because it will give you the modification path when you are installing in a completely fresh machine. Here I have already have earlier instance, that's why it's taking this my older path. I will just uncheck the reporting service, analysis service, also replication. I want to move it very fast, so the installation will complete first. Yep. And these are the shared features which are already ticked. That is because these features are already available with the earlier instance, so it will automatically take these features from the earlier instance itself. Now it cannot be a default instance because you already have a default instance. See, because you already have a default instance. So give it a named instance, put a name like SQL 1. This is the instance ID. Also you can change the instance ID. Let me change the instance ID. Okay, yes, that's the thing, because in most of the cases the instance name and the instance ID are the same. Here you can change the path of the installation root directory. Next it will check for the disk space requirement. Now sometimes when someone asks for a SQL installation, they specify a collation of the installation. Here from this tab, the second tab, you can set the collation, and in this tab you can set for the service account. So default collation is this. If I check on the customization, I have all this collation. I can set it as anything. Default is Latin General CPI underscore CI underscore AS. Okay, so I am not changing the collation. Here the agent type is manual. You can always change to anything, and if you want to run the service with a particular service account you have, you can always browse and put the service account name. So I click the default SQL agent SQL 101. Okay, here if you are installing it for the first time, what you are if you are aware of the what is Windows authentication mode and what is mixed authentication mode, the mixed authentication mode will enable you the SA login. And let me give it a password. I'll just put a password because I want to use the SQL authentication. Here you can specify the directories of the data folder, log folder, where the backup will be going, where the temp directory will be going. So let me put it like this. So now you can see here all the things are getting reflected SQL 2012, and again you can change it to a different directory if you want. File streaming, again means you can also always enable this option after the installation from spconfig parameters. Here you can check this one, the 3 levels of file streaming is allowed. I'll just keep it disabled right now. So I am getting a cross check here. Let me see what's wrong with here. Okay, missing system administrator. I just put I currently add local administrator, add current user. I skip this one. Now it will check with all the things you have selected. Show details. Now it's ready to install. These are the prerequisite, and remember this file is also very important because if any error happens, this will go to means this you can refer to this file. It will have all the configuration details. So now if I choose install, it will install. So this is the basic way to install. It will take around 30 minutes to complete the installation. So I'll just pause it and comes back. It's still not started yet. It's just checking up all the things. So for the installation, validating feature settings. So because I have selected very less parameters, so hoping that the installation won't take as long as 30 minutes. Let's see. Still the install, you can see the installation is in progress. I'll just keep you posted on the progress. So I'll again be back after 15 minutes. As I expected, the installation was moreover quick, and still some time left for the installation. So as soon as it's completes, I'll be back again. Okay, after installation, this is the next page I got. All this is successful. So here again, this is an important file. If I open it, let's see. This is a summary of the installation. You can see it, the instance ID, the things that got installation, the version, because this is also an important file. If you have any error, you have to refer to this file only. Close. So my installation is done. Okay. Thanks for watching this video. I will do another session on the SQL Server. So if you do like this video, do keep subscribe and put your comments of your requirement. Thanks for watching.